Guys, so I'm in the middle of making a scrappy fabric Christmas journal for someone, and I wanted something, scrappy fabric to stick on the very first page of the journal. So I thought I'd just make a little Christmas tree, and that's him. This one I have backed onto green dyed paper just to show you, but yeah, I didn't need to because I'm just going to glue it down anyway, but I thought I'll just show you to give you some other ideas. So this is the one I'll be using for my journal, but I thought I could also make some little quick easy triangle ones for just little embellishments on pockets or tuck spots or something like that. And I think they're like super cute, and all they are, they're just little bits of fabric stuck down. I just drew a little Christmas tree onto some, this is food packaging, Chinese style beef spring rolls. And yeah, I just drew a little Christmas tree. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, look how wonky that is, because once the fabric goes down, it's quite uneven anyway. And I did a template just because I wanted to make a few extra little Christmas trees to pop in, Happy Mails and stuff like that. And so I did a template, and all I've been using, you can do it on cardboard or paper. I just did these on paper because I want them to be quite thin. I'm going to glue them down onto the front, onto pages of journals. But I mean, I suppose you could do them onto cardboard as well and make them little gift tags even. I mean, you could put an eyelet in there and a little bit of ribbon and make them gift tags as well if you've got some nice card to put them on, or scrapbook paper. But yeah, because I'm just going to glue them down, I've just used paper. And I've just used, actually I've been using just used envelopes, because these express envelopes, they're quite thick. They've already been used. Receptionist keeps them for me, and I just put that down and I traced around it, and then I cut it, and because there's double pages, that way I get two little trees in one hit. Where are they? I'll get two in one hit without having to cut out two. I just cut out one, the lazy factor. I hate cutting things out. And yeah, I didn't draw a template for this little guy, because I mean, he's just a triangle sitting on a little stump. So once I cut those out, I just got my little cutout, and I just really pretty much just glued little strips down. Just glued them down, just haphazard. Like, try not to overthink it, just make them nice and messy. I just glued little strips down everywhere. What I would recommend, if you've got something with a really blunt edge like this, because the fabric is quite thick, put those down first, because you kind of want the frayed edges to be the ones that are sitting on top at the end, because this, yeah, I don't like those. I like the frayed, like this. You want these frayed little edges being the ones that are overlapping the really blunt, hard, straight edges. And I don't know, I mean, these are the only ones I've made because I only needed one for a journal and one for a pocket. But you could put all sorts of things. Eyelash trim. I did have a teeny tiny scrap of eyelash trim here. But yeah, I'd imagine they'd look a lot nicer. I've got a little bit of yarn there, but I'd imagine they'd look a lot nicer with more eyelash trim on them. Kind of like boho-ish, but yeah, just stick all different bits down. The little bits I've used on the stump here, it's actually, what is that? I call it a stump. There's probably a proper name. But anyway, I've just used, when I chop up old linens and that, I keep every bit of scrap. Like, this was a fitted sheet, and you know, the elastic in the corner. So that was a bit scrunchy. But when I've pulled the plastic out, it's got this, you know, crinkly bit of, it's still thick because it's a seam. But I've just used that as the little stump down the bottom. But yeah, I've just got, you know, bag of little scrappy green fabrics and a bag of scrappy little red fabric. Whenever I use fabric, I chuck the little bits aside. I used to have a great big mix tub. I still do, but for the little itty bitty bits, you know, I've been putting them in their little color coded bags because I've got another project in mind for them. But yeah, just glue them down, and then yeah, just cut it. When it's dry, you can sew it. I tried to sew a lot messier because I want it to kind of look a bit boho style, but it's actually quite hard to sew messy. It is messy in the end, but not as messy as I wanted it. I kind of wanted it here, there, and everywhere. But anyway, and that's it. I thought I'll just share that while I'm making them. I'm about to glue them on. But yeah, if you don't, I mean, you don't have to use big envelopes as well. Use book pages and stuff like that, because, you know, we all have so many of those lying around. Anyway, what else am I working on apart from my wacky journal that I'll show tomorrow? Oh, I also going to make some little itty bitty little mini Christmas journals, ornament decorations. So I've got this pile. These are actually medicine boxes. Oh, these ones are just what are they? Paracetamol coating. But yeah, my dad, he's elderly, and you know, I was going to say old people, but there might be old people watching. But you know, when they get a bit older, they've got a lot of aches and pains, and they're on all these medications. And I get him, he saves me all his little boxes because I make little mini journals out of them. So these ones, I'm going to make itty bitty little mini journals, and I'll put a ribbon there so that they can be, you know, hung as well, so they can be hung on a tree or something. I think they just make really cute little gifts. So I want to make a bunch of those for, well, little gifts. And I don't know, if they turn out nice enough, I might put some in my shop. But mostly gifts and little racks and happy mails. And there's also someone in mind that I want to send a bunch to for kind of like a, not a charity, but a donation sort of thing. But anyway, this is collected over quite a while. My dad's been collecting these for years for me, and this is like a teeny tiny pile. I've got this great big box that I just have them sorted by size. And I mean, it's not just medicine boxes. I keep little, you know, jelly boxes or sultana boxes, and just cute little boxes. I've always had a mini box problem. My son has it as well. He loves little mini boxes and little mini jars as well. Anyway, so I'll show you that little project tomorrow. And that one, actually, I thought I might do that as a little kind of craft with me type thing, but I might do it on camera. I've moved my camera down to the lower level of my bookshelf. If you haven't seen my camera set up, I'll put the link in the description box below so you know why it's hard for me to do tutorials. I do have a tripod now, but I need to figure out how to put my camera onto it, because it's I'm using my mobile phone, and this is a regular camera tripod. Anyway, that's enough blabbing. So I thought I'll show you that before I go sticking them in my journal. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.